Right, that was nice.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you look at the film, no, you will see a lot of Peter Berg regulars like Taylor Kitsch,
Of course,
from
Taylor Kitsch.
Battleship and
Yeah.
Friday Night Lights. Then see what's his name? See Suleiman, the guy who played the Afghan villager.
Right.
He was the main star. He played the Saudi cop in The Kingdom.
Okay.
So the cool Peter Berg, he likes to bring back a lot of his former
Because
actors
Taylor
and actors
Kitsch
and
needs a
all
job now.
that. Yeah.
After John Carter and and what's the other crap and Battleship.
And Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was actually okay as Gambit. I was okay with him. There, give him that.
you know, it's an enjoyable movie.
Yeah.
You know, I just wish they were more faithful. Because like in reality, if you watch the film, you know, one chopper, one Chinook goes down.
Yeah.
But in reality, two
That would have been awesome
Two
to
of
see
them.
two Chinooks go down, because that one that went down blew my mind.
Right,
I was like,
right.
Yeah.
You know.
yeah.
The budget's
Grabe,
good.
intense.
It's intense. I mean, I also like the whole the problem, the dilemma they had. You know, when they got, you know, when they
Three villagers.
the three villagers, like, you know, to let
We're
them
gonna kill
go or
them.
not. You know, it wasn't, that just made it intriguing. And then hindsight,
Moral
you know,
dilemma.
like you said, it's like, wow. In hindsight, it would make more sense to kill them
Yeah.
after what happened.
But the cool thing about this film is that it really encapsulates what the war in Afghanistan is all about. You know, there's a lot of gray area.
Right.
On one hand, if you look at the villagers, yes, they don't want the Americans there. They don't want the Taliban there. They just want to be left alone. But they're caught in between.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a difficult situation. And the Americans, but what do? There are these rules of engagement that they have to adhere to.
Yeah.
And if they don't adhere to it, you're going to see the time behind prison.
Right.
So, marami,
It's
you
a
have
tough
to look
call.
beyond.
They had to
war.
make a tough call.
Yep.
Yeah. For me, the thing about this movie was that I didn't get a sense of the character of the characters. I mean, you could get it. You know, they felt very stereotypical in a sense. You know, I think it was really Mark Wahlberg's character was fairly fleshed out. You know, everyone else, you gotta. For me, the important thing in a movie is that you relate to the characters to a certain extent. You feel a connection. Like in Saving Private Ryan, you knew all the different who the different characters were, and you got involved. And when they died, you kind of felt it. You really felt it. Here, the characters are fairly generic. That's why I just couldn't get into it as much as I wanted to. You know.
I agree with that.
Black Hawk Down, although Black Hawk Down, the characters are even, I felt they were cardboard,
Too detached.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he got there also.
Yeah.
But because of the way that, what's his name?
Ridley
Scott shot it, you were just caught into it, caught in it,
Yeah.
And I didn't feel that, to be honest with you. I mean, I thought it was intense, I thought it was brutal, but when I look at Black Hawk Down and Saving Private Ryan, I thought it was okay. It's an okay movie.
But on Black Hawk Down, you got to read a book. Read a book.
Okay.
Don't just watch the film. Read the book.
Yeah, that's
It's an
true.
amazing book. And then if you've seen the film, look for the director's cut. Look for it.
Really? That's what makes a difference. That makes a
And
difference.
it also has the making, there's documentaries from the original Black Hawk Down. So you got to get the director's cut. It's amazing.
So I guess for me, I'll give this a B minus.
But
For me, it's a
if you saw the reports in the U.S., it premiered December 27 to a limited show, and they showed it to football teams like the Dallas Cowboys.
Right.
And then it only premiered to a wider audience in January 10.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's the #1 movie in the box office.
And imagine that some theaters in the U.S., some cineplexes, they canceled the showing of other movies, and they all showed Lone Survivor.
Yeah.
So that's how big it was. Yes, it's still a fantastic story. It's like 300. It's not going to end too good, but I have mixed feelings about Peter Berg's. I liked it, but maybe I shouldn't have read the book. Don't read the book. It's not like Black Hawk Down.
Yeah.
Black Hawk Down, read the book, but this one, Lone Survivor, you don't have to read the book. I wish I didn't read the book anymore. It's still a good film.
Yeah.
Good film.
So I'm good with it. I'm willing to give it a B.
Yeah.
Because the brutality of it was what got me. The
Hardcore.
falling onto from the mountain, and
Yeah.
the bones coming out, and all of that. And I really did like how Mark Wahlberg's character interacted with the villagers.
Yeah.
It wasn't the typical, I'm the fish out of water here, because the villagers weren't bad guys.
Yeah.
They're just really caught between the Americans and the Taliban. I give it a B.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth it to give it a shot.